Yo, guys, it's your boy Bernard. Welcome to another episode of the Angry Bird Podcast, where I will be discussing everything nerdy that's caught my eye this week. You might notice I got a new printer. I actually had it for like a few weeks. I don't even remember if I had it in the last episode. I might have, but I'm finally acknowledging it. So, there's that. So this came out as I was doing my pre-production notes this Saturday morning. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, New Sunnydale has been axed. So, Hulu hasn't put out a press statement or anything, but Sarah Michelle Gellar broke the news on Instagram saying that Hulu opted not to move forward with the show. And, it's been about a year or so that this was announced. And there really hasn't been much of anything as far as the casting goes besides Ryan Kira Armstrong being cast as the next Slayer, who is known as, I think the character's name is supposed to be Nova. And obviously that Chloe Zhao, who directed Eternals, who was actually up for an Oscar by the time you guys hear this for Hamnet, was going to executive produce, and she directed the the pilot. So yeah, I'm just going to let you guys hear what Sarah Michelle Gellar had to say, and I will pick up from there.
So I am really sad to have to share this, but I wanted you all to hear it from me. Unfortunately, Hulu has decided not to move forward with Buffy New Sunnydale. I want to thank Chloe Zhao because I never thought I would find myself back in Buffy's stylish yet affordable boots. And thanks to Chloe, I was reminded how much I love her and how much she means not only to me, but to all of you. And this doesn't change any of that. And I promise, if the apocalypse actually comes, you could still beat me.
Yeah, this sucks because although I didn't watch Buffy growing up, I did start this rewatch or initial watch because I did watch it like in the later seasons. It's like, I think seasons maybe like 1 through 4. I didn't watch in real time, so it was like I think I watched like 5, 6, and 7. Because I didn't watch Buffy. I can actually tell you when I started my Buffy watch. When Angel got his own series, and I believe when Buffy moved to UPN. So I want to say maybe that was season 5. I'm not entirely sure. I would have to look it up. But yeah, it just sucks that a lot of people were excited about this. And one of the podcasts that I listened to, House of R, they were geeked up and they started rewatching the original Buffy series, which caused me to watch/rewatch the original Buffy series to get ready for this new series. Because like I said, Buffy wasn't one of those things that I watched. Like, I cannot tell you a show outside of Smallville that I watched consistently that wasn't a sitcom. So, like, I watched all of the Wayans brothers. I think I watched all of Moesha. I can tell you for a fact that I did not watch all of the Parkers. One-on-One, I watched from beginning to end because, Kyla Pratt. Yo, Johnny, we can fight for her. That's all I'm saying. You ain't the only one. It was Kyla Pratt, Raymond Simone, Danielle Fishel, a.k.a. Topanga, Lark Voorhees, a.k.a. Lisa Turtle, obviously Amy Jo Johnson, and Karen Ashley from Power Rangers. But, yeah, it just sucks that we're not getting this series because, like, everybody was clamoring for it, and I saw a few people saying, oh, it was going to fail anyway because Joss Whedon isn't attached to it. Maybe if Joss Whedon wasn't a dick and got, kicked out of Hollywood, he could have been attached to it. But hey, here we are. No Buffy, no Joss Whedon. It is what it is, unfortunately. But I am going to continue watching Buffy. I am in the tail end, the second half of season 3. So the House of R Rewatch podcast, they split it into 2 parts. So they basically do like the first 11 to 12 episodes as part 1, and then the back half as part 2. So I'm on part 2 of season 3. I've been procrastinating, just being lazy, because I'm also streaming Arkham, the Arkham game. So I am on Arkham City at the moment, which was a lot more fun than I recall. Like I went back and played these games like before the pandemic when they released the Return to Arkham collection, which you would see if my background wasn't blurred. So yeah, running these back, man, I miss these games. But we're allegedly getting a new one, but that's neither here nor there. So I got to get back on my Buffy rewatch. All right, my next story, man. Nintendo was already suing the White House because they're using Nintendo properties to push propaganda as far as war goes. Like Nintendo put out a cease and desist to the U.S. government when they used basically the stage setting for Pokemon Poketopia for something. I can't remember what it was. But since we've been in this war with Iran, they've been using fucking Wii Sports to like push like promo video on like social media. Like I'm not going to post it because I usually try not to post Nintendo stuff because I don't want Nintendo coming after me. I am broke, living in Florida. But they put out a lawsuit for that. But now this second lawsuit, there's a game coming out. This is kind of like very similar to like the Pal World lawsuit, where they are very close to infringing on the rights and IP of Pokemon. There's a game called Pikmin. Yes, Pikmin. They don't own the word Mon, but this just, you literally only just replace the O with an I and then put the E with the apostrophe over it. So this is an open world survivor game that looks like a combination of Pokemon and Pal World, except monster capturing is done with cards instead of Pokeballs or whatever the hell they use in Pal World. So I'm going to post the trailer here. It's 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Y'all can judge this for yourself. I highly recommend you watch the video for this because it is straight up bonkers and ridiculous. So yeah, nobody from Nintendo has sent over a press release saying that that they're going to sue or anything like that. But give it a minute. It's like, why do y'all keep playing with Nintendo? Nintendo reminds me of when Nelly was on the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne is on record saying that the only rapper who was ever like pressed him and he was actually shook was Nelly. So Nelly told Charlemagne, I keep lawyers on retainer for people like you. So Nintendo is the same way with anybody who fucks with them or their stuff. So yeah, there's that. All right. Next story is about season 5 of Invincible. I know season 4 comes out next week, but we have a somewhat release window for season 5, and that's supposed to be sometime between February and April of next year, which is, pretty standard. They usually tend to release around March or April. Like if I went, let me actually go to Wikipedia real quick, and I will tell you what the original release window was for seasons 1 through 3. All right. Season 1 was released March 25th. Okay. Season 2 was released November 3rd, 2023. Season 1 was released 2021. We got those specials in the summer of 2023. The second, that's what it was. The second half of season 2 was released March 14th, 2024. And season 3 was released in February of last year. February 6th, actually. And don't forget, season 4 will premiere March 18th. That is on a Wednesday. And I think we're only getting a 1 episode premiere, which is good, honestly, because just hold off on releasing everything. Like in 3 episode bursts. Like, did they even put the release schedule up? I don't think they did. I am checking. Yes, they did. Okay, so they are still doing that. So episodes 1 through 3 will premiere on March 18th. Episode 4 will premiere March 25th. Episode 5, April 1st. Episode 6, April 8th, 7th, 15th. And the season 4 finale will be April 22nd. So yeah. Can't wait to talk about those. All right. So while I am talking about Amazon, but I'm going to talk about Vought Rising real quick. So Vought Rising, the boys prequel series that takes place in the 50s, has officially wrapped up filming. Jensen Ackles posted on social media that it was done. So can't wait for that. Now, this is where I want to say fuck you to Amazon. Jeff Bezos, you bald-headed Lex Luthor megalomaniac, space-obsessed, robot mech suit wearing bitch. Fuck you. Amazon is removing the 4K streaming from Prime Video and putting it behind the ad-free paid tier wall. And also, if you are paying for that $2.99 ad-free plan, letting you know right now, it's going up to $5 a month. So it will be $4.99 a month. I'm actually going to go back to my notes about this, and I am going to tell you guys what Amazon basically tried to justify saying as far as this. So they put out a statement that said Amazon's ad-free subscription becomes Prime Video Ultra for $4.99 a month. Prime Video Ultra will replace the current ad-free subscription and include enhanced features. So this is written by the Amazon staff on March 13th. Key takeaways: there's no change coming, no change in cost to Prime membership. Prime Ultra Video will be available in the US for $4.99 a month. The new subscription will include up to 5 concurrent streams, up to 100 downloads, and exclusive access to 4K UHD streaming. On April 10th, 2026, Prime Video's ad-free subscription will become Prime Video Ultra in the US, priced at $4.99 a month. The new Ultra subscription will deliver enhanced features, including up to 5 concurrent streams, previously 3, up to 100 downloads, previously 25, and exclusive access to 4K UHD streaming. Delivering ad-free streaming with premium features requires significant investment, and this structure aligns with other major streaming services while ensuring customers have the flexibility to choose what to watch. Prime members will continue to enjoy the core Prime Video benefit, including HD/HDR and now Dolby Vision at no additional cost with their Prime membership. All right. And so then they put up a graph that said, what are the different streaming options, costs, and features? Basically, what you're losing with the Prime membership is Dolby Atmos, 4K, and obviously the ad-free stuff. So you will still have access to all the Prime originals. Um, but yeah, it's some bullshit. So basically, their justification is, hey, Netflix is doing it. Hulu is doing it. I don't even know if Hulu is actually doing that or Disney Plus or whatever. But Netflix is doing it, so we can do it too, right? Yay! It's some bullshit. Like, this was bullshit when they did it, what, 2-3 years ago at this point, when they put in the ad tier. And because they knew, like, people hate ads and, people are just going to cave in and spend the $3. It's like, you're just fucking greedy at this point. Everybody has Prime Video. You don't have to raise the price of shit. It's like, people are struggling. You already sucking Trump's dick. And, you're getting kickbacks from the government. So now you're just going to, let's raise the price by $2 for ad free. It's just fucking stupid, man. Fucking greedy. All right. I don't know if this falls on the greed. I don't really think it falls on the greed. I see it as an opportunity to, yes, make more money, but also to give people a better chance to see your movie and, hopefully make a profit. Because I reviewed Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, 2 weeks ago? Nobody saw that movie. It is available to buy on streaming as we speak. And I was like, that's just sad. This movie came out on Valentine's Day. It didn't even make it a whole month in theaters. And it's out. And it's not like it was a small independent movie like Whistle. Like, I could get that. But Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, I believe it cost like $60 million to make. But anyway, Universal. They are extending that theatrical window for all films. So all Universal movies will get a minimum of 5 weekends in theaters. So that's about a month. Starting in 2027, it will increase to 7 weekends. And the new windows won't include focus feature films. So focus features is like their independent, low-level content. By low-level, I mean low budget, pretty much. Like, I'm going to look at some of the movies that are done through focus features. Because I know them, I just can't think of any. Okay, so here we go. Like The Northman, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Kubo and the Two Strings. Can I sort this by okay, Nosferatu, Conclave, Black Klansman, The Darkest Hour, Atomic Blonde, Insidious Chapter 3. So movies like that. I could have just went to their freaking Wikipedia page, but whatever. For movies that were released. But yeah, so it is what it is. And, that's not a bad thing. So, like, I'm looking at the movies that they've released in, like, the past 6 years that I might have seen or heard of. I heard of Boogie, didn't watch it. Last Night in Soho, Belfast, Licorice Pizza. You Are Not Alone. I'm sorry, You Won't Be Alone. But yeah. Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. That went straight to streaming, though. Tar. Infinity Pool. A Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. So, like, those, like, low-budget movies. Like, let's see what the budget was for My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. They did not put the budget on here, but it made $38 million. I feel like that one might have been a little bit more, and it just didn't, make money financially. But yeah. So longer release windows for those movies. You're not going to hear any complainer from me. But what people were complaining about is part of my next story, and that is the Super Mario Galaxy movie casting. So, as we all know, Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Anya Taylor-Joy are all returning as Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. And we got, and Jack Black obviously as Bowser, but we already knew that Brie Larson was providing the voice of Rosanna, and Benny Safdie was providing the voice of Junior. Oh yeah, I forgot. Keegan-Michael Key is also returning as Toad. I'm not sure if he provided the voice in the first one, but Kevin Michael Richardson is Kamek, who is basically like the Goomba wizard with the glasses. So new cast members. Ed Scudder, who I've never heard of, is playing Rob. I was surprised to see Rob in this trailer, that dropped like a few weeks ago. I didn't do a trailer reaction to it because it was like only 40 seconds. I hate Rob with a passion. If you play Super Smash Bros. And fight Rob on level 9, you know why. Issa Rae is providing the voice of Honey Queen. Once again, people are upset because a black woman is doing the voice of a bee. Luis Guzman is Wart from Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Why are people upset? I thought everybody loved Luis Guzman, but I guess because he's a Hispanic person doing the voice of like Toad creature, whatever. And Donald Glover is Yoshi. It's like, really? Y'all are mad at Donald Glover for going Yoshi and crap like that. It's just like, I am so sick and tired of all these fucking racists. And it's always funny though, because you see stuff like this wasn't even a news story, but you saw that less than half the people in America went to the movie theaters. And there was also another poll that showed that people actually like diversity in films. Yeah, because nobody just wants to watch movies with just white people dealing with white people problems. Because you know what? White people don't really have that many fucking problems. You know, if you did a poll of like all the movies that primarily had white people, it's just them in space. Or like horror. That's it. Anyway, I'm going to take my break. Y'all listen to this W ad. I'm going to get the rest of my stories ready and I'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix 1 packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task, and go to debbie.gg and use my promo code angryblurred10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's debbie.gg with promo code angryblurred10.
AI, you know, that thing I don't really like, is obviously running rampant all over the place because, you know, we got pop-up companies every 2 weeks or whatever. Anyway, Sam Altman, the guy who basically kicked all this shit off. I don't know where he was. He was doing like some type of conference or something like that. And he was talking about how AI should be charged as a utility. And I'm like, so this guy wants to have the Department of Artificial Intelligence, basically, in every city. And just basically talking about, you know, monopolizing AI and how everybody should have AI in their house as a utility. So, going on a minute-long spiel about it. Y'all can listen to this fucking dork. And it's only a minute and 22 seconds, but I saw this. I'm just like, oh, shut the hell up forever, okay?
Fundamentally, our business, and I think the business of every other model provider, is going to look like selling tokens. You know, they may come from bigger or smaller models, which makes them more or less expensive. They may use more or less reasoning, which also makes them more or less expensive. They may be running all the time in the background trying to help you out. They may run only when you need them if you want to pay less. They may work super hard, you know, spend tens of millions, hundreds of millions, someday billions of dollars on a single problem that's really valuable. But we see a future where intelligence is a utility, like electricity or water, and people buy it from us on a meter and use it for whatever they want to use it for. The demand that we see for that seems like it's going to continue to just go like this. And if we don't have enough, we either can't sell it, or the price gets really high and it, you know, kind of goes to rich people, or society makes a bunch of sort of central planning decisions that I think almost always go badly about, you know, we're going to use our limited compute supply for this and not that. So the best thing to me throughout all the history of capitalism, innovation, whatever you want, is to just flood the market.
Yeah. So yeah, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Tupac said it best. They got money for wars but can't feed the poor. Anyway, my next story, because I'm for this AI. I really hope this AI bubble bursts because I am sick and tired of seeing like all the AI slop. I actually saw somebody. He made AI DC porn on Twitter, and like people were just constantly tagging DC, like, "Yo, man, hit this guy with a cease and desist, and he's also doing it with Marvel. So hopefully, that person is getting arrested. Anyway, my next story is in regards to a show that I love, but I don't review on this podcast just because it predates the podcast, and that is Rick and Morty. So they made the announcement for season 9 coming back, and in classic Rick and Morty fashion, they said Rick and Morty is back, baby. Season 9 is all certified bangers. No official synopsis for the new season reads in part. I'm sorry, wait, I read that last part. It was just, that was not like Rick dialogue. So it said, no AI slop, just grade A organic slop made by real humans with real human traits like back hair and cis. Good God. Please watch or we'll have neglected our families for now. So yeah, I'm very excited for Rick and Morty. I still, although, Justin Roiland got hit with accusations and not, proof he was fired from the show and whatnot, something still feels missing ever since he was let go after season 5. I don't know if it's because, you got sound alikes and we know it's not him doing the voice of both Rick and Morty, or, just his absence from being in the writer's room, but it doesn't feel the same, but it's still enjoyable. It's basically like, how I was complaining about Reese's, well, not me, but how the great-grandson or the grandson of the creator of Reese's is talking about how, this shit was good back in the day. Now it just tastes like oil and whatnot. It's kind of like that. But I'm still enjoying my Rick and Morty, and I'm still enjoying my Reese's. I actually have a bag of share size, but I'm not sharing of the Reese's Oreo combination, hybrid, whatever the fuck they're calling it, because they don't actually have a name for it. I think it's just Oreo X Reese's or Reese's X Oreo, whatever it is. I got it. Okay, I go eat some after this podcast is done being recorded. All right, next story. Arnold Schwarzenegger is rumored. Actually, this is at the Arnold Sports Festival in Ohio, where Arnold was talking about, possibly coming back as Conan. And he was like, King Conan was a great story. It's a great old story that Conan was 40 years as a king, and now he gets forced out of the kingdom, and there's a conflict, of course. But somebody comes back, and there's all kind of violence, madness, magic, and creatures and stuff like that. And now, of course, there's all kind of special effects, so the studio has plenty of money to make those movies really big, and I'm looking forward to all those projects. So I'm like, do I really want to see, I almost said Conan O'Brien, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan again? I mean, we do need something to get rid of the phrasing, the taste of Jason Momoa out of our mouth as Conan. So, if Arnold is still in good shape, sure, why not? And it's rumored that this is the part that kind of has me hesitant because it's a hit or miss with this guy. Christopher McQuarrie is attached to, work on this movie. I don't know if he's going to be writing it or directing it, but they said that Christopher McQuarrie will be having a hand in it. So, Christopher McQuarrie, if you guys have no idea, directed the last 4 Mission Impossible movies. Oh, he is attached to write and direct King Conan. So yeah, he did Mission Impossible. He wrote The Usual Suspects, so that's a good thing. It's a very deep cut movie. If you've seen it, you've seen it. But he also wrote Edge of Tomorrow, Valkyrie. He's worked with Tom Cruise a lot. So I'm actually going to go over his writing credits. So The Usual Suspects, a movie called Public Access that came out in 93. The Way of the Gun, he wrote and directed it. Wrote Valkyrie, that was his first movie that he worked on with Tom Cruise. The Tourist with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie, that I don't think anybody saw. Jack Reacher, wrote and directed that. Wrote Jack the Giant Slayer. Nobody saw this movie because Bryan Singer. Edge of Tomorrow. Wrote and directed Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Produced the second Jack Reacher movie. Wrote The Mummy. We all know how that turned out for Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible Fallout. Wrote and directed. wrote Top Gun Maverick and produced it, and wrote and directed Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning and Dead Reckoning. Also had writing credit on Batman and Robin, horrible movie, X-Men, divisive, Ghost Ship, Ghost Protocol, World War Z, The Wolverine, and Star Wars Rogue One. So yeah, I don't know if, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever finished a Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movie. There's only two. It's Conan the Barbarian and what is the other one called? What is the second one called? Conan the Destroyer. That's what it was. Yeah, I think I've seen the Destroyer. I don't think I've seen Conan the Barbarian. So yeah. Yeah, I did, because Wilt Chamberlain and Grace Jones are in the second one. Okay, anyway, next story. Superman Man of Tomorrow, as we know, will be coming out sometime in 2027, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, written and directed by James Gunn. This is a rumor, but everybody's picking it up, so I kind of have to agree with it, because it showed up on the Hollywood Reporter. Then I looked back at the source and was like, okay, so this probably ain't fake, because this guy usually, doesn't miss. He's not a Daniel RPK. So the Insider actually leaked the news that Aaron Pierre will be reprising his role as Jon Stewart from Lanterns this August in Superman Man of Tomorrow. So I got to see how Lanterns is first. And after all the feedback and reception of that trailer, I decided to watch Green Lantern, the extended cut. Don't really know what the difference is, because it's been a minute since I've seen the theatrical cut, but as far as my memory goes, everything that happened in that movie happened in that movie when I saw it in the theater. So I don't really know what was extended. But yeah, so shout out to Aaron Pierre. Hopefully him and Tiana Taylor are still working out. If not, I might have to shoot my shot. Hey, Tiana. All right, my next story is about the, what is it? Arc Raiders. So I've been hearing a lot of good things about Arc Raiders, but I also, when this game came out, they did say that they use AI for the NPC characters, and that's what turned me off about it, because the gameplay looked good. It's a third-person shooter survival game, but now the CEO has caved in and said, hey, we're going to use human voices because they are better. Yeah, no shit. He said there is a quality difference. A real professional actor is better than AI. That's just how it is. He said, we look at AI first and foremost as a production tool. We can test things internally. We can test 15 different lines without recording them. And then we know what we want to record. It's also a way for us to work, not replace actors. We don't necessarily believe in replacing humans with AI all the time. So let's see when Arc Raiders came out. So there was just a recent patch where they added in like the human voice actors. I believe this game came out in October, November of last year. October 30th. So it took you 5 months to realize that, hey, human actors are actually better than these soulless robots that can't really emote at all. And I'm like, really? Did the player drop find out when you guys got exposed for using AI? Because I'm just like, okay, sure, whatever. All right, my next story is in regards to the the Marvel Maximum Collection. Told you guys about this. It's going to have all those arcade classics that were available in arcades or released on Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, whatever. So I'm excited for this game, but at the same time, I'm pissed off because Konami decided to partner with limited run games on this. And I think I said this when I talked about it a few weeks ago when I was talking about trailers for video games and whatnot. So it's $40, so pretty decent price for, a bunch of old games in the standard collection. But the thing with this is, Limited Run Games is doing the physical edition, but the release date will actually be in 2 weeks, March 27th, for the digital edition. So if you want to do that. So here are the games once again that are included. So you get X-Men the arcade game, which I've been wanting to play for like the longest. Couldn't find an emulator for it. Captain America and the Avengers, as I talked about before. Fuck that game. I tried to play it again on Super Nintendo. Didn't try to play the Sega Genesis version because I had it on Super Nintendo. Why did my dad buy me that game? I don't know. Spider-Man Venom, Maximum Carnage, the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis editions of that game, as well as Spider-Man Venom Separation Anxiety. I'm trying to remember which one I had. I feel like I had Separation Anxiety, if I'm recalling the theme correctly. I'm actually loop it over me actually doing it. It's Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge. I never played that one. And apparently there was a Silver Surfer game on the OG Nintendo. So, yeah, March 27th for that. If you go to limitedrungames.com, you can pre-order the physical edition. I really don't know if I'm going to do this because it's limited run games, and you guys know my horror story as far as my interaction with them when it came to my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge Collector's Edition that I waited like a year and a half to get. It was always with some type of bullshit excuse to the point where, hey, y'all got hit with a class action lawsuit, and I got my $58.24 like a few weeks ago. So I'm gonna toss that one up in the air and sleep on it for like a few days or so before I pull the trigger on that. All right, so it's been a slow news week to the point where I'm gonna be talking about something that happened on another podcast. So Benny Blanco, famous producer, DJ, has a podcast. It's called, what is his podcast called again? It is called Friends Keep Secrets. And Ed Sheeran was on there, right? And Ed Sheeran was just, talking, his talk and, being in the music industry and whatnot. And he was talking about one of the few times he got hate. And that was for like 2017 when he appeared on Game of Thrones as a Westeros soldier, as a Lannister soldier who was performing. And I saw this clip when it came out, and everybody was like, why the fuck is Ed Sheeran? Get the fuck out of here. And I was talking to Samir about this actually earlier today. Apparently, Maisie Williams, who played Arya Stark, was a big Ed Sheeran fan, so she geeked out when she saw him on set. But that's neither here nor there. So he said on this podcast, I think at the time I was very omnipresent and just everywhere. So I think it was quite jarring. He was talking about basically a lot of things happened in his career, and he just got shit on for things like, appearing in that. And think about it, 2017, Ed Sheeran was basically king of the castle. Divide had just come out. Shape of You was everywhere. If I'm not mistaken, Multiply was already out. I'm gonna double check because I can never remember the release order for Ed Sheeran's albums. Oh shit, he's gonna be at the Hard Rock in October. I might have to go. Yeah, Multiply was already out. So Multiply came out like 2014. And so everybody was already fucking singing, and dancing at their wedding. I should remember that because it was played at my friend DJ's wedding in 2015 to what is the name of the damn song? I can't even remember the name of the song now. Everybody knows the song, Thinking Out Loud. But yeah, so like by the time Divide came out, everybody was like, yo, get this motherfucker out of here. And he was like, yo, I was not the only musician on fucking Game of Thrones. He was like, members of Coldplay were at the Red Wedding. Gary Lightbody from Snow Patrol was there. Chris Stapleton was in it as a White Walker. He said, but the key differences between those cameos was basically like his omnipresence, because he was there performing before they went into battle. So yeah, all I gotta say is, man, y'all leave Ed Sheeran alone. Okay, that's it. And with that was another episode of the Angry Blurred Podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to w.gg, use my promo code AngryBlurred10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. No movies next week, but the first 3 episodes of Invincible will be reviewed. So watch them in your 1080 stream, unless you decide to Wait, no, that's in April. So no, we're good until like episode 5, I think. I don't even remember what the hell the release window was anymore because I'm over Amazon. Anyway, guys, next week, episodes 1 through 3 of Invincible. The week after that, I will be reviewing a movie. I just don't know which one yet because 2 movies are coming out at the end of March. Nope, that's Fandango at home. I need regular Fandango. That's why Fandango shouldn't have bought the shit. And I hate the fact that you can't skip these little promo ads on the Fandango app. So I'm pretty sure that I will be reviewing Project Hail Mary first over and I see the release dates, please. Over They Will Kill You, because Project Hail Mary comes out first. Project Hail Mary comes out next week. So the week after this coming episode will be Project Hail Mary, and then it will be They Will Kill You. For some reason, I thought both of those came out the same week, but They Will Kill You comes out the week after. Anyway, I'm rambling now, guys. Bye.